Chubstep.
Jrad. Podcast.
Creating the oil advertisement.
Steed.
Step.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
Did you used to be a piece of shit?
Oh, yeah. Slick back hair, white bathing suit, sloppy steaks, white couch. You would have not liked me back then.
What are sloppy steaks?
It's a steak with water dumped on it. It's really, really good.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show has started.
Welcome back, everybody. Third Thursday in a row.
Third Thursday. I mean, this is like the 392nd Thursday in a row.
I'm saying this to very specific listeners.
Okay.
That have been listening for 3 Thursdays in a row without break. And great job, guys.
Okay, you're right. We got to shout out to the people that have just recently started listening to the show, not just the people who've been listening for a long time.
Yeah, screw those guys. They're not going anywhere.
So you want to, you say screw the old fans, right?
Yeah, screw them. What's the saying? In with the old, out with the old, in with the new. We're getting an army of tweens. We're gonna get a tween army.
Okay. Yeah. Tween army. I like it. See, that actually reminds me, there's something that the tween army has ruined for me, and that is pranks.
Ooh, they're bad at pranks.
I used to be a big fan of, when I say big fan, I don't know if I ever was going out of my way to necessarily watch this kind of stuff. But I was always loved the Jamie Kennedy Experiment. A lowbrow version of that is like Impractical Jokers. I'll put that on in the background of something, those kind of shows, like on the street prank shows. I like that kind of stuff. Punk'd I thought was okay. I thought it was a little overrated. But those kind of shows, I don't know what it is with the generation below us, but they have decided that creating a fake version of that is okay.
I see clips all the time.
Yeah.
Like on whatever YouTube or not on YouTube. I would never click that. On Facebook, when I'm doing my Facebook scrolls of my videos, I get Bondi Beach lifeguards. Love it.
Yeah.
Watch the Bondi guys catch a bag thief. Then the next one's husband walks in on wife and they're cheating or.
Okay. Yeah. That's porn.
Tricked. No, it's pranked my wife and she thinks I'm cheating on her.
Yeah.
And then they walk in, oh, what?
Yeah.
What? Wait, what? This is outrageous.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's so bad. It's mostly Gen Z. And it is the constant going up on the street and saying something ridiculous, or I saw one where this guy approaches a girl and, he's like, hey, do you want to go out with me? That kind of stuff. And she says no. And then he walks into his Lamborghini and then she comes up to him and was like, oh, wait.
Just kidding. I'll suck your dick right now.
But if you look at how she enters and stuff, it doesn't even make sense with the context of everything. Yeah. It just is. There's so much of the fake stuff now. It is so stupid. I feel like I can't watch those videos because I know the ones you're talking about. If you see I'm on YouTube or TikTok, whatever it is, I feel legitimately 75% of them now are fake.
And I don't understand who is clicking the like button on these.
Yes.
Because they're horrible.
Idiots are the ones.
Even if they were real, they would still be horrible. There's no value of whatever humor or drama. It's just all just horrible. It's I would rather smash my face into a soft wall. Maybe drywall, not concrete, but
yeah.
Firm piece of drywall.
When I was skipping in my condo and I jumped too high and I hit the ceiling condo.
Yes.
The ceiling drywall,
which is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, put a hole into the ceiling, but I didn't hit any of the joists. So that's what you're talking about, a soft.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, You want to put a dent in drywall, but not hurt your head too bad.
Just get that image in your head, guys. Jared's skipping through his apartment, la-di-do, happy as can be, and then boinks his head through the ceiling.
I was skipping high. I don't have Steed's, 12-foot ceilings, 30-foot ceilings that he has.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'm in space right now, so you can't see them. They're way up there.
Yeah. No, I don't have that, that ability, but that's the potential, with my ceiling height. So, and it happened.
It happened.
So anyway, I hate that, Steed. I hate that. What's been going on with you?
Me too. Not much has been going on with me. I want to hear about you before I get into my topics. I know you were on a big journey this weekend.
Yeah, it's why I'm wearing this hat. Although it might be a future hat for Chubstep recording episodes because it's so ridiculous. But this is
I think it's pretty cool.
This is my jagging off hat, Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval is what they say all the time. I didn't realize that till you got there. I never heard anybody say that.
I don't even know what that
Duval
is. That the quarterback?
No, exactly. I was like, all we kept seeing is the signs. But it is so okay. Just to give context, I was at the Week 18 Jacksonville Jaguars versus Tennessee Titans
playoff clinching matchup.
Playoff clinching game. So the winner of that made the playoffs for the AFC South. They were both crappy enough that the winner they were like 9-7 and 8-8 or something like that, and then the winner went on to win it. So anyway, the game. So it had a lot of implications on the line because we bought the tickets. We had bought the tickets like maybe 3 or 4 months ago. Everybody thought it was going to be a shitty game. You're like 2 bad teams.
Yeah, because the Jags were sucking.
Yeah, I think they went from like a $40 ticket to like a $160 ticket in the spot we were sitting. Yeah, so it's crazy how much, just because it became so much more. So this was part of our fantasy football group that we do a trip to see a new stadium every year. This was randomly drawn to be Jacksonville. And anyway, go to the game. I didn't have any gear. And so I went to just a little vendor and I found this fuzzy hat. And I do enjoy it quite a bit. I got a lot of compliments on it.
It's wild they just sell that.
Yeah.
They probably do it like it's normal too. Like good 100th one today.
Yes. What was the last one that I got? So they might have not had it. Or
is it warm? Is it? Could you wear that?
It's actually very warm.
Okay, so it's more
too
of a
warm
winter,
for the winter.
fall.
It's more of a winter fall. Yeah, for sure. What's nice about Jacksonville Jaguars is one of their colors is basically this, jaguar print, leopard print thing. So like you can get a lot more generic with the outfits that fit the theme, right? So there was people that had just like big jaguar print fur coats, things like that. And I was trying to think, you can't do that for a lot of other sports teams. Like you could have Cincinnati, and then you could have like the Bengal stripes on stuff.
Yeah, you can wear stripes.
Not as good, not as fashionable.
It's really not as fashionable. And like Jaguar, you could probably pull off cheetah print. Nobody would know the difference. Yeah. So if you do have cheetah print, which is real popular in the nightclub scene, you could wear that to the game and just be looking like a hot piece.
Exactly. You could 100% people would be okay with that. But I was like, even if you did like Chicago Bears, you do like a big fur coat, it would just look like fur. It'd be hard to make it look like the Bears, other than when you have like
you got to wear the full bear head.
Yeah, the bear head like that one guy has.
Then PETA gets involved and
yes. But I do like the fact that you can kind of wear this. There's a lot of crazy outfits there. A lot of people, they sell this big, funny gold chain, like fake gold chain with a big Jaguars logo on the front. So everybody liked that. So Duval, that I was mentioning earlier, is the county that Jacksonville Jaguars are in. The Jacksonville city is in. So, which again, like it's such an interesting thing in the South versus the North in America. The North does not care about counties at all.
You do not care about your county whatsoever. No. I would never yell my county name. I can't imagine a scenario where I'm just like, Kane.
Yeah.
Kane.
No, I know. Yeah. Kane County, cook. Yeah, nobody would ever do that. But in the South, there are parts of the South, especially like deep South, where like the county is more important to them than their like actual city.
Yeah.
Like they associate much more. Yeah. Dade County. Everybody knows like Dade County and everybody, so that's why everybody was shouting it. but like no context going into what that meant. It took us a while to figure out why they were shouting
Like,
Duval.
what the hell is Duval?
Yeah. So, but that was good. And the game itself was legitimately the best football game I've been to because the fans were insane.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't like a crazy high scoring game, but like they had a crazy thing where their quarterback, whoever like the third, I can't remember who the guy was for Titans. He's like their third string quarterback, but he throws it was clearly like a thrown pass, but somehow they ruled it as a fumble. It went forward like 10 yards. And then Josh Allen from the defensive end for the Jaguars picks it up and runs it back for a touchdown. And then there was like an interception that was good. Yeah. And then of course, so I was playing fantasy football and I'm sitting next to the guy that's in the championship with me. And my guy catches a touchdown, which is pretty fun to see. Christian Kirk got a cut. So it's fun to see that. And to see like he had Derrick Henry on his team. Derrick Henry had like 30 rushing attempts. So like to see like the back and forth is kind of fun to see your
live
stats
in person.
Live in person to see stats
That's
pop
pretty
up.
cool.
But the crowd again, crowd insane, and just like everybody was screaming like the entire time. And it was a good game, like back and forth. Definitely thought the Jaguars were going to lose. And they didn't really necessarily play good on offense. They just kind of had some good defense and had some good plays. And so they kind of won towards the end of the game for sure. So it ended up being a good game. Everybody was going wild. The cool stadium to see, nothing like insane about the stadium. They have that pool, but like nobody was in the pool because it was too cold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah. It wasn't like it was probably in like the 40s while we were actually sitting down and watching this.
That's a little chilly.
Yeah. But they do have a lot of tailgating around it, which is nice. So that's fun. In Jacksonville, we had a cool Airbnb with like a pool and stuff. And at one point, this is like Saturday, like probably around noon or 1 o'clock, this lady goes next door. She's like, "Oh, this is a great neighborhood." She just yells that out over the fence. Like we can't see her. So she's right next to us. And we're like, "Oh, what is that? Oh, cool. Thanks." Or at least it used to be.
Oh,
That's what she said. So for some reason, our just kind of hanging out in the, we were being a little loud, but like the music was not loud. And it was just like, we had a lot of people in our group. Yeah. It's noon on a Saturday. Like, lady, this is not late night. This is not a weekday, like midday. So she says this to us. And then she just like, we're like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And then she just leaves, like no context, just leaves. And I'm assuming she was talking about that she had an Airbnb move next to her.
You should have been like barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, I know.
We'll be
but
gone.
I just hope I'm never that way. I know I won't be when I'm older, but like, God, that just sucks for those people. Like, I mean, like how, terrible is your life that you feel it necessary to yell at some people?
Oh yeah. Those people that do that, like, I don't know how to label it, but that just like get so irritated.
Yes.
And then like angry outwards at other people.
Yeah.
I have no problem. They want to be crazy. I will be much crazier.
Oh yeah.
I'll start screaming. I don't care.
We were going to like, we definitely turned on the music after she left, and like we were gonna like be, say stuff to her, but we couldn't even see her. She just like said that and then walked back. And first of all, the neighborhood was still nice. I looked at it. Neighborhood was still pretty nice. So
yeah,
she really didn't have any reason to say that. It's pretty ridiculous. Overall, Jacksonville though, cool spot. It's not like my, favorite on the thing, but now I'll definitely be rooting for them. I know you'll be rooting for the Bills, Steed, and that's fair. That's fair to be rooting for the Bills. Oh, nice. Yeah, you're Bills Mafia right there. And I'd be told I want Bills and Jaguars in the AFC Championship. I don't know if that's possible.
I don't think that it's possible
I don't know
for
if
the
it would line up like
Jaguars,
that.
but the Bills should have
No,
problem.
I meant just line up like
I don't think the Bills.
playoff bracket-wise.
I just don't think the Bills will have a problem getting there. I think the Jaguars will.
Well, Jaguars will definitely have a problem because they almost lost to the Titans. So anyway, that's less about the sports and just more about Jacksonville. Was fun time. I like the fact that they can just wear this ridiculous stuff, and everybody there's pretty ridiculous. A lot of silly jerseys that they had, and just
Jay, I just want to put this out
franchise.
There. Nothing's stopping you from just dressing like that in Chicago.
I look like, if anybody knows the singer Jamiroquai, this is similar to the hat. If you're not watching this on YouTube, it's similar like a Jamiroquai hat, but it has.
You're gonna have to post the picture of you on the beach.
Oh yeah, that was good.
where we
Yeah.
were like looking backwards and just in the
Yeah, I just kept wearing this hat everywhere. 'Cause it was so.
I was happy when we
so-
started the Zoom. You were still wearing
Yes.
it.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't taken it off now. But there was some other random thing that was very funny. So we were watching. Then the next day we're watching the Detroit Packers game. They're playing each other. Basically, if Detroit wins, the Packers don't make the playoffs. So we're sitting there with a Packers fan, T-Bron, and he's watching the show. And for some reason, Frat Sullivan, who's been mentioned many times in the show, he keeps singing this. He keeps singing "Something Is Everything," and so I'm like, "What do you keep singing?" Like he had it stuck in his head. And then I like tried to find it on Spotify and all this stuff, and I realized he was singing it wrong. It's "Nothing Is Everything," and it's this commercial for Sky Rizzy, which is I think is like some sort of eczema or something pill. And so he had this stuck in his head. And so every time we were watching this game, and every time Detroit would score a first down, he would have me play the part of the Sky Rizzy commercial where they play "Nothing Is Everything." And then I made this little video. So
I saw the video.
Yeah, the video is pretty ridiculous. I don't think you're gonna be able to hear it if I share it. So, but that's okay. The video is ridiculous. It's basically the "Nothing Is Everything" with like Aaron Rodgers getting hit hard and then like
laying down.
Yeah. Anyways, it was pretty silly. So that was the context of that. But that was the trip, Steve. I had a good time. Go Jags.
All right, Jay. You want to get into a topic here?
Yes.
So while you were gone, having a great time, I was doing research.
Putting in the hours.
I was putting the hours in for Chubstep and the Chubstep listeners. Do you want to know about a sickening plot that I uncovered involving Tanzania,
Yes.
China, and donkey skin?
Yes, I definitely want to know whatever this is.
So I was doing Tanzania research. I'm like, what's been going on? They're shutting down journalists, all the boring stuff. I'm like, give me something juicy. So I find something about it said organized crime is leading the donkey trade.
So this is Tanzania news, right?
This is Tanzania news.
Infection causes immediate respiratory failure, and scientists claim the mutation may now transmit.
You know what Fugazi is? Fugazi, it's a fake. Yeah, Fugazi, Fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust.
What are you, from Tanzania?
Yes, I am.
So the organized crime has been devastating the African donkey population.
Okay.
For the purpose of their skin. They don't want them for normal donkey activities like moving wheels.
Okay, yeah.
Like the grain mill from the 1500s.
Oh, yeah. Where people just went into
Yeah, I thought that was the last time donkeys were actually used. When they would hook them up to the stake, and then they just walk in a circle and they mill stuff. Turns out Chinese people love donkey skin.
Okay.
Like big time. They have killed they've killed way more, but their population of donkey has dropped by 5 million donkeys in the past 15 years.
So this is all of Africa?
This is in China. This is the China. So this is the root of the problem.
Okay, yeah. It's starting in China, it's spreading.
Yes. Well, yeah. So China's killing all their donkeys. And the price of the donkeys has gone up so much that they're people are leaving traditional farming and only harvesting donkeys.
Okay.
It's getting wild. This one guy said that, oh my God, he has the funniest quote. I have too many articles.
So while you're doing that, I will tell you that when I Googled donkey skin, I was trying to figure out what's so great about this. The first thing came up was a 1970s musical called Donkey Skin that is rated 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
And it looks terrible just based on the images, the screenshots I'm seeing of this.
That's actually
So
impressive.
yeah, it's
We should watch it.
We got to watch Donkey Skin, or maybe this is what sparked it. Maybe this had like a recent surgence in China, and then people are like, "Well, I want actual donkey skin." Chinese demand for donkey skin.
Yeah.
Man, I'm looking at
So-
these pics.
So basically, the Chinese want the donkey skin for like they believe it's like a folk remedy, and I think we've gone over like eating albino kids.
Yeah,
as
it
like
doesn't
a
help.
folk remedy. Doesn't help anything. Obviously,
No.
you can't eat albino kids.
Or the turtles that they were eating in Zanzibar, and
They're
half
eating
of them
the-
were dying.
Yeah, eating the turtles. Then there was the COVID cures, which were just like, which the government was saying you just got to drink this, and it was just like some roots.
Yeah,
Just the dumbest thing ever. So they
Yeah.
think, and this donkey skin actually goes all the way back to French guy. It was like a French priest or Jesuit. I don't know exactly what a Jesuit is, but I'm going to call him a priest. So the priest was, he had like some miracle well, and he would get a recently killed, well-nourished black donkey. Those were the specifics. And then he'd like cure it with water from the specific well that was only to be used for the donkey. And he said it was like some longevity thing. And then the Chinese royalty were doing it. And then the communists of China were doing it. And now everybody wants it because they think it like cures anything, cures fatigue, makes you like work harder. It does everything. There's just all these insane claims. With
Wait, so what do they do with the skin? What do they do with the skin? You eat the skin?
Oh, they make it into bars. They make it into jelly. They make it
Donkey
into
skin jelly?
skin care. I guess it's not. Yeah, I guess it is jelly. There's like it's a thicker jelly. You know, it's like a
So they like dry this out. They dry it out and then powder it or something. I don't know. I don't.
So they
It's not like a leather. It's not like they're making a leather jackets or something out of donkey skin.
No, I think they like boil it and then cure it or something.
I'd like to know a good recipe for donkey skin so I could try it.
Yeah, well, this one guy says he sold. This is one guy. He's the boss of it's called Ejao. He's the boss of an Ejao factory in Dongyi, and he said he sold $175 million worth of donkey gelatin last year.
My God.
And this is the quote. He says, "Our only concern is that one day there won't be any donkeys left to kill."
Oh my God. That's insane. That is insane. So, okay. So people want this donkey skin so much, but the population can't sustain it right now.
Yes.
Especially the one in China.
The Chinese population. So if it was, sustaining, because they were still using donkeys back in the day, but it's just like exploded in popularity. So their donkey population has dropped from 11 million to 6 million or 4 million or something. Big drop off, and they can't like replace them fast enough. They just keep killing them. So they're looking to other countries, and people in Africa are like, I'm just going to steal some donkeys and send them to China. So they do. And it's like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, a bunch of African countries have banned the export of donkeys to China. Because like one country, it was like a few months and 45,000 donkeys got like killed and sent to China. And they barely had any to start.
Yeah.
Well,
I was going to say there can't be that many. And they're probably like, I'm assuming the donkeys are actually being used for some sort of work purpose. So if people are
because they're much more of an agricultural economy.
For sure. Yeah, they are agricultural economy, and like horses people use for riding or like pulling funny carriages or like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like donkeys, people don't like ride around on donkeys very often. Like that's like a funny thing. It's a comedic effect they do, but it's not sustained mode of transportation.
I did see it when I was in when I was down south at camping over the summer. I saw a guy and his two daughters riding mules, and they were
a mule and a
sick.
donkey were the same thing. They're different things.
A mule is when a donkey has sex. A horse has sex with a donkey.
Oh, okay. It's in between.
And then they make the mule, which the mule it's a wild thing. I don't know any other animals that can bang each other, make a new species, and then it's just fine. but the mules can't reproduce, so they can only
they
be
cannot.
made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's insane. Mules are so weird. I can't, like, if I went and banged a monkey, I would assume I'm not going to have a half human, half monkey. Like,
oh my god, you're
correct
right.
me if
I
I'm
would
wrong
also
there.
I would also assume. I mean, I don't think it's worth trying because I would assume you're right.
I guess different looking dogs can have sex with each other and make an.
Yeah, but those are just different breeds of the same species.
Yeah,
it is.
I don't know. I don't.
They just must be close enough. I'm not going to try to figure it out.
Yeah, I won't either. But mules do look cool. They have mohawks and they're pretty big. They look sick. They're like the metal horse.
Okay.
They would never take this shit laying down. If you tried to, you take
tried to
their
skin 'em.
skin. Yeah.
The skin thing is just so interesting because there's meat on them. I know, like, I don't know. Hopefully
I'm assuming
I'm
assuming they eat. Whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Hopefully the rest of the meal is being used, but like it would have to be tough if livestock can be expensive, and if you are losing your livestock because somebody wants to help their fatigue.
Yeah.
Like maybe some caffeine.
Just
like I'm not a big caffeine guy, but maybe just like take some coffee or like a Red Bull or something. We could start shipping those over to China.
Yeah,
and then like some lotion.
A Chinese farmer said, he says about the stamina. He says if you give the ejao to a farmer, they can work all day without getting tired. And at this one farm, they give 2 boxes a month to each of the workers, and they're like swear by it. It makes the guys go like super fast. It's like it's just nuts that like.
Well, I guess here's the thing. I guess my biggest problem, there's animals that are used as different products all the time, right? So the issue really comes down to if they're stealing it, which is what's happening in Africa right now. They can't breed them fast enough, right, to do this. I don't love the fact of it like a new animal being introduced as a new product, but
I just don't like the stupid use of the product.
Hey, here's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to discriminate. I'm going to say don't knock it till you try it.
I don't care about I would kill a donkey. I don't care. I'll do it. But I'll wear their skin on my face for a month or whatever. Yeah. If that helps. If that helps Chinese people stop eating the donkey skin.
Yeah.
So so obviously it's bad that, all of Africa's taking all their donkeys and China's just stealing everybody's donkeys. South America is, starting to ban donkey. Everybody's banning it except for one country.
Yeah. Who's that?
Pakistan.
Pakistan's all in.
Pakistan is all in on the donkey and dog trade.
Oh, interesting. They're doubling down here.
Yes. So they've said publicly that they plan to import donkeys from Afghanistan because they can buy them for really cheap from Afghanistan because I guess they have a lot of donkeys over there.
Okay.
Which I have heard stories of from people that have been to Afghanistan. There's lots of donkeys. So Pakistan buys the donkeys. Then Pakistan takes the donkeys and sends them to China and they profit. And that's their big plan.
That's the big, I love it.
And it says, though, they have dogs, too. Like, they're also going to sell a bunch of dogs to China.
Well, hopefully those dogs are just for, like, pets.
Well,
but I think if this is in the same, if this is in the same realm as the donkey trade.
All it says is, this is a quote, it is unclear what the dogs are for.
Oh, gosh. I did, for those listening, I did find from mychineserecipes.com, a donkey hide gelatin.
Ooh.
Taste review and tips, a recipe.
What do you? How does it look?
It looks like I'm not sharing my screen here for a second.
A lot of donkeys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I saw that picture.
Yeah. So
looks good.
Yeah, it looks great. No, anyway, I'm not a fan of this. Definitely don't steal other people's ones. I guess if you want to make a business out of it and there's a customer base for you, go for it, Pakistan, but like leave Africa's donkeys out of this, please.
Well said. That's a great way to wrap it all up.
Yeah, that's what I think. So I have to do a big review because we mentioned it last time on the show, but I have to talk about it now. We're talking about Brendan Fraser movie review.
About 20 years ago, back in the last century, I went to actor school, actually. That's back when I was allowed to work with animals. When these experiences are always brought into everyone's home. Why do I smell a fish? Well, these are the yum yum sweats. She's toying with me.
I don't know.
They think I shaved their butts. I look like a big old steak with legs.
And this is a big one.
This is a big one. Not only, well, for a lot of reasons. The main reason is because he is the largest, basically, person you can be in this movie.
He's big. He's a big boy.
Yes, that's the reason it's big. Another reason it's big is because I'll confirm right now. For best actor, I'm looking up. But when I looked like 2 weeks ago, Brendan Fraser was the number one bet to get it.
Yeah, I think he's the favorite.
Best picture odds. Best actor odds, yeah. So it's still Brendan Fraser. Second is Austin Butler with Elvis. So, and he's the only one. Brendan Fraser's minus 165. Austin Butler's plus 400.
Oh, that's a big
So, I mean,
difference.
I wish I could. I don't know.
That's
like,
a big favorite.
This is Vegas Insiders. I don't know where I can actually place this bet, So I don't, if somebody wants to take this bet against me,
might be able to do it on the draft.
It also depends. I think there's certain states you can't do it in and stuff like that. But anyway.
True.
Okay, so this is Brendan Fraser still. We're talking about The Whale. Sorry.
We're talking about The Whale. Yeah.
Brendan Fraser's in The Whale. It came out this year, maybe it wasn't even this year. It probably was the end of December.
Whatever. It came out recently.
Came out recently. I don't even know what it was. Doesn't matter. What matters is I saw it last week and I loved it. It was great. Here's why. It is just it's purely an acting thing, and so like that's why this is up for best actor and not probably for best picture. Let's see.
Yeah, Avatar's got to win that, right?
It says The Fabelmans is best to win. Babylon and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Pick a good movie. Why can't they pick a single good movie?
It is yeah. So yeah, The Whale is plus 5,000 right now to win best picture. So there's a rationale behind that. So I'll get into that. But basically, this is starring Brendan Fraser, and then there's really 4 characters, and that's basically it in the movie. The other one that I knew was the girl that plays. I think her name is Sadie. She is in Stranger Things.
Oh. Of course.
She's the redhead girl in Stranger Things. And now I have not
Some of us don't watch that.
Well, I watched, Sadie Sink is her name. So she's in Stranger Things. I watched like the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things. I've not watched it since. Some people told me the recent one is good. Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I won't. The point is, Brendan Fraser is amazing in this. And there's 2 other actresses. So Sadie Sink plays Brendan Fraser's daughter. Then there's another lady that plays Brendan Fraser's kind of live-in nurse. Not live-in, she comes in quite a bit. And then there's one other guy that is like a kind of a door-to-door religious, person trying to sell you on joining the Church of Four Pillars, basically your cult.
I'm very familiar.
You need to get some more door-to-door salesmen, but
I'll have some of the lower level guys get out there.
This whole movie, the entire movie takes place in one apartment. And
I'm out.
Then there's one scene on the balcony.
I'm out. I'm totally out.
And the movie starts off on Brendan Fraser masturbating to gay porn. That is the opening.
I am back in.
Just like that, he's back in. So that's how he starts. That's how he starts the movie. It's literally like the opening scene. And he's wearing a fat suit in this movie.
Oh, why would you put that in there?
So I would say it was unnecessary.
Was that that didn't add to the story when the movie opens and they're just
it establishes that his character is homosexual, but I would have said there's
different ways to do that.
Yeah, there could have been other ways they could have done that.
God, day one on set, they're just like, "All right, Brendan, hope you're ready to work."
Well,
like,
if it makes you feel better, they don't often shoot in order. So those off. That's probably not. It was probably not the first.
You got to warm them up to the.
Yeah, you warm up. But he was in a fat suit. So the concept of the movie, for those that don't know, is Brendan Fraser is a very large man, obviously, and he is a writing teacher. Like, so he teaches online English, basically writing classes, and he kind of knows that his life is limited because of his health issues. And he has his nurse that comes in is telling him, like, you know, you don't have a lot to live. Like, you need to go to the hospital right now. He's like, I don't want to go. Instead, he contacts his daughter, who he's estranged with, played by Sadie Sink. She has not seen her like 8 or 9 years. She comes to the house or to the apartment, and they they try to reconcile before, he thinks he's going to pass away.
How does he have a daughter if the whole gay porn masturbation thing?
So obviously at the time, they get into that.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, that's part of the,
This must be a good movie. They're answering all my questions.
Yeah, no, everything is explained in the movie. There's no loose ties, or there's nothing like that. Now, this is not my genre of movie, right? If Brendan Fraser is not in this movie, and I haven't heard anything about this, I'm flipping past this every single time, right?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any guns on there. It's not a comedy. It's not like a thriller or, some sort of historical fiction type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I have pretty much a genre, genres that everybody has that they like, that they prefer. This is 100% not in that realm. But I'm like, Brendan Fraser, he's my boy. And obviously I've been on the Brendan Fraser bandwagon longer than most, right?
It's documented. Yeah.
It's documented. People can go and check out our episodes in 2015, 2016 and see that I was reviewing Brendan Fraser movies. Now, I was pleasantly surprised to watch this movie because his acting is very good. This is a long movie, and I watched the whole thing, and like it didn't feel like it was long to me. That's to me, I think, how you know it's a good movie, right?
Yeah.
If there's a time where you're like picking up your phone, like how much is left in this movie?
Yeah, that is a very good indicator where you're like 45 minutes left. God damn it.
Yeah. And so it kept you engaged. I will say it keeps you engaged. It is difficult to look at him at times, right? And I think that's actually part of the point. He asks people constantly if he's disgusting.
Ugh.
And like, that's kind of the whole thing. And so there's a lot of stuff that it's dealing with, that it's looking into. And I will tell you this, I'm not going to ruin too much of the movie, other than it was an amazing acting job. This is definitely the best acting job I've seen him do, but he also, I've never seen him do like this straight of a drama role. He's never done like this sort of a thing before. Like the most range he's ever had in a movie, if you watch a movie Bedazzled, he does like 8 different characters, but most of them are with a comedic, touch on everything, right?
Yeah.
They're all different types of characters, and that's, to me, very impressive as well. But this is very different, right? He's doing a deep dive into a very different character, and it's interesting. But I really hope he wins Best Picture. It'd be pretty crazy for a guy that like
he's gonna win.
It was pretty crazy for a guy that was basically forgotten about from a lot of people, and like, huge in the movie spotlight, and then hasn't been in a major actual like starring in a major role in 15 years, longer than that, really. Mm-hmm. It's been longer than that.
Especially when you like don't even get back in shape. Like that's the craziest thing to me. His whole thing was Brendan Fraser, he's yoked.
Yeah, and that's exactly
thing,
so that's
in the beginning.
So to kind of reimagine yourself, because you're right. The thing was his looks, right? And so this is why this is so impressive, is because he is somebody that was known for his looks, that is doing a movie that literally he could not look worse. Like let's actually make him as bad looking as he can, and can he still be a likable character, and can people still enjoy a movie from him? And I think the answer is yes. So I would check out The Whale. Just know what is going into it. Here's what I'll say. Chubstep Amy is a public theater that was pretty busy. She cried at the end of it, and she, she's a self-admitted somebody that cries every day, but she cried at this movie louder than I've ever heard her, like audibly sobbing in this theater, and she was not the only one.
Wow.
At the end of this movie.
So you're saying it was as dramatic as the Avengers Endgame?
I would say it's on par with Avengers Endgame. Exactly. If you want that sort of a feel. But that's where I'm going with The Whale. So check it out. Top tier. This is a
Top
Brendan
tier.
Fraser on the Encino Man scale.
You just said that backwards.
Well, it's a Brendan Fraser rating, top tier on the Encino Man scale.
Oh, that's an Encino Man scale. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. My mistake.
Yeah, it's been a while since I did the Encino Man scale. It was 3 tiers. The top tier is Brendan Fraser, the middle tier is Pauly Shore, and the bottom tier is Sean Astin. Those are the 3 main characters in Encino Man.
Yeah.
Again, very different than that movie, very different than any movie he's ever been in. He's done serious movies before, but this was the only movie I can think of that he was in that was had Oscar, that won an Oscar was Crash. So he was in Crash, but he was not. Okay, well, everybody else listening is going to know what that is.
Nobody knows the Dave Matthews Band song.
No, 2004 Crash, dude. Everybody knows what that is. It won the Best Picture in 2004.
Sorry, I meant
Brendan Fraser stars in that movie.
Crash into me.
No, I know what you're doing. It's just that's not what it is. But
It's
the
also a
Brendan Fraser
Charlie
movie, but he was
XCX
not nominated. He was not nominated in that. Okay, there we go. Enough about Brendan Fraser, even though I could talk about him for a while. Continue, Mr. Steed.
All right, Jay. So for my next topic, this one went down another rabbit hole that I was doing.
Okay.
So I wanted to do, you know how we always cater to our female audiences, we do girl talk.
Yes.
So I wanted to do Chad talk, where we just talk about Chad stuff and like being giga Chads and like alpha males and shit.
Okay.
This
guys
is
being dudes.
Yeah, because I got the I just lift so many weights now, as I displayed. I think last
1 second
podcast.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
My weights.
Get them. You got some? Just doing some shoulders? Yeah, so on Tuesdays, we do shoulders and chub step.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I got a 30 on here. What do you got?
Well, I can adjust this to a 52.5, but I have 17 and a half right now.
Oh, dude, that's a fair weight. For a live podcast, you don't want to be going too heavy.
Yeah.
And I've already done so many today.
Okay.
Well, I'll put that down so we can continue. So I was trying to find like Giga Chad topics, right?
Sure.
So I'm like, I look up, what do Chads talk about? And it's just like, why do Chads talk to big women? Why do girls date Chads? And I'm like,
can you explain what a Chad is for those that don't know?
A Chad is like, a man's man. The top pinnacle of man. You got the ripped bod. Maybe you're not the smartest of the guys. You're good at sports. You're pretty tall, handsome.
Can you give like a celebrity example of a Chad?
Zac Efron.
Okay.
Zac Efron's big Chad energy.
Okay.
He's a little too short to be like full Chad, so he's kind of a beta Chad. Not a Giga Chad. Giga Chad would be like a younger Chris Hemsworth.
Okay.
Not old Chris Hemsworth, because now he's like Daddy Chad. He's getting a little up there in the years.
So Chads have a certain age.
There is an age limit before you become a Daddy Chad on the Chad scale.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, so I was trying to find topics we could talk about for Chad talk.
Sure.
And it quickly got pretty weird.
Okay. Not shocked.
So I googled like, what do Chads talk about? Then one of the things was like men and their bros activities. So that's the Google search, and I'm like, oh, cool, like men and their bros activities. So I clicked that, and it's all about incest.
Oh no.
It's just wild.
That's what Chads talk about?
Just wild. I experimented with my brother. What 5 things to do next?
What websites do you think are posting this kind of stuff?
This one is optimistminds.com, which seems like a not weird website.
Optimist Minds?
Optimist Minds. Let me go to their homepage because I'm done reading this article. So they're like a mental health research.
Okay.
Or actual.
These are bad topics.
Yes. So I didn't want to talk about any of that. I just wanted to let you know, if you're looking for bro activities, don't Google it.
Okay.
I did, and I'm fucked up now. I don't.
There. Okay. So
guys can do other stuff than incest. Okay.
Okay, that's what we want to make clear on the show, is that, like, yeah, if you're just guys hanging around, doesn't have to be sexual in nature. We give them a good Chad topic, Steve. What, in your opinion, was a good Chad
Jay,
topic?
here, this took another turn. What the ones that I found were like the Chad topics were BS. Nobody knows what Chad's talk about, because Giga Chads like us, we don't go on blogs and write our thoughts down.
Yeah,
that's what I realized. There's no resources because Giga Chads
don't read.
No, we don't need to read because we're slaying puss all the time.
Yeah, so if you can't read, you're too busy with women to read.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one thing I found: 10 things to keep your bromance alive. You can fix something. I'm like, whatever. Martial arts classes, and then I'm clicking out of it right now. I'm not going in anymore. Not doing martial arts classes. So then this took another turn. Conversation topics to fit in with a group of dudes.
Oh, I like this. Yeah.
And I wanted to find good conversation topics. I could walk into a group of dudes and just be like, hey, what's up, bros? But there was nothing. It's all BS. But then I found conversation topics to start to like pick up a girl.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
So this is where I landed. This is the actual topic.
You led us down the rabbit hole. This is where you ended up.
Yes. And now, Jay, I'm going to try and get you with some conversation topics as if you are a woman, and I'm going to Giga Chad you. I'm going to pick you up.
Okay, perfect.
So this was written by a female.
Okay.
A year ago.
All right, well, that helps. I mean, that's probably a better perspective than the male perspective.
Exactly. I just want to start with that. And I will say that this person, I don't think she's ever talked to anyone. So this is your just meeting somebody, and she gives you a professional environment. So if you meet somebody at a professional environment, such as a networking event, this is what you want to say to this girl.
Okay.
They kind of, break the ice.
Yeah.
So I got to turn Zoom back on for this.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
What skills do you think are important to be? What skills do you?
Start again. Yeah, Steve.
I can't go on Zoom. I can't go on Zoom.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
What skills do you think are important to be successful in this field?
That's a great question. Yeah, I don't know, probably like being able to talk to people, like communication and like being honest and truthful.
That's sick. Nice answer. Great job.
So going up and like giving like so basically
I don't like that one. I don't like that.
No, that's terrible. What that is starting with is like it's one of those, you're in a group setting and like they ask that generic question. Everybody has to go around like a table and answer what they think is the answer.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to answer that.
No,
that's exactly what that is.
Yeah. Why would you start with that? Why would you start with that? I'll give you another one we're going to go down through the night because this is the professional environment. Then maybe you ask her like, based on your journey, what advice do you wish someone gave you earlier in your career?
Oh, to say yes to everything, to do it, yeah. If basically if the opportunity is there, take it.
Yeah, you can take this dick.
Yeah.
All
See,
right, so
the problem with that, no, I know where you're going with that, but like the problem with that is obviously it's too aggressive. It goes from no.
I wouldn't. I did. It
No,
does
but
not
I
say
know.
in the guide.
I know you
can take this
improvised.
dick.
You improvised.
Yeah, I did. You
Yeah.
were kind of improvising a little well, and then I got into it. You have the
Yeah.
green lips on right now, and
Yeah.
I got okay, so then I've obviously that's worked out so well for you. So you're gonna go into the social happy hour. This is at the same networking event.
Why are these all networking with? Okay.
This is the worst website I've
No,
ever seen.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to say. I do one more, and then I'm going to say what my thought is a networking event.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
What department do you work in?
HR. Why are you talking?
Oh shit. It's all weird questions about
So these are just like, these are nothing, like these are not to pick up people. These are questions to like, just how do you interact with somebody of the opposite? Yeah. Now, what I was going to say, because if you're actually trying to pick up somebody at a networking event, what you would say is like, hey, this is so lame. Let's get out of here.
Oh yeah, exactly. You want to be the cool networking guy.
Yeah. You're like, no, I'm too cool for this.
You look over across the room and you say, Scotty, I closed that $5 million package. Bugatti's all around. And then you go.
You do that, or you do like, oh, I got to do the keynote speak later tonight, but you know what? I'm going to skip it. Let's hit the bar.
Yeah. Too sober for that, bitch. I'm very demeaning. I've had 2 brothers, and I'm sorry for it. Okay, so it does get a little bit better. So this is if you're in a casual environment, we're leaving the workplace now. You could ask a girl, this is a conversation starter. What's the craziest thing you've ever eaten?
Ooh.
What's the craziest
that just out of nowhere?
What's the craziest thing you've ever eaten?
What's the craziest thing you've ever eaten? Oh my god, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my god, I just want to know what's the craziest thing you've ever eaten.
I had goat in India.
You had a goat? I ate a
in
goose.
India. Goose.
Yeah,
Nice.
What's another weird one? Have you ever played a prank on someone? If so, what was your best one?
Nice.
Just
Good
psychopath
prank.
moves. I don't think this girl's ever been hit on.
You sure this is like to hit on people, Steve? You sure this is like a...
This is to hit on people.
Yeah, this is bad.
Here, I'm going... Ready?
Yeah.
This is a conversation starter. What do you look for in a guy? What do you look for?
Whatever guy. Big mustache. He owns a cult.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That would be me.
Yeah.
That would be my exact reaction. Oh god.
No. Yeah.
And then I messed it up because I didn't go on to the next one. What's your favorite book?
Oh, nice. What do you look for in a guy to what's your favorite book?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The only positive thing, if I'm trying to pull a positive thing from this, which I tried to do, maybe what her context was that sometimes when it's so obvious that you're hitting on somebody, it's a turnoff.
So
right? If somebody goes in too aggressive, now from a Chad perspective, Chads are going to be aggressive.
Yes.
So there's going to be no beating around the bush. But from a normal male perspective, sometimes approaching somebody too aggressively is incorrect. Somebody just want to break the ice a little bit, something kind of lame to start off, but it also has to be kind of funny if it's going to be lame. Like it can't be, it doesn't have to be aggressive or, any sort of, leading on in nature, a thing like that. But it can just get a conversation started.
Mm-hmm.
But like, these are just, some of these are just so
these
bad.
Are bad.
It's like, she's
these
going to
are
think, she's gonna be like, okay, bye. My friend's over there. Bye.
Yeah.
I'd rather go talk to my boss right now than talk to you.
Yeah. I'll talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I'll talk to my boss that sexually harasses me regularly.
Yeah. Over you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will give some this is my conversation starting advice. Instead of this person. I can't even remember her name. I didn't want to put her on blast like that. I don't need to do that.
We won't do that.
It's a horrible list. I would, if I were trying to start a conversation with a girl and I'm giga chatting, I got a pump on at the gym. I'm feeling good. I'm going to slide zucchini down my pants.
Okay.
This is unrelated. That's there just so I know, like, that's for confidence.
Okay. That's for you, not for her.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Because as a backup, that if you like fail miserably, then you bust that out. This is a backup plan. It will come into play later. What you want to do, Giga Chad move. Your arms are so wide, right? Because you got the big pump. And instead of a networking event, I'm at a bar. And it's dimly lit and there's a candle. So you're going to want to, with your giant arms, knock the candle over. Okay? So
Could start
it's
a
like
fire, but
spilling out. Yeah, and then you have straight vodka, right?
Yeah.
And you put some in your mouth and then put it on your fingers and then light your finger on fire. And then you say, the heat is on. And just like in her face, you put your finger right in her face and you say, the heat is on. And then your friend uses the Touch Tunes app and plays, the heat is on the streets. And then you are in, baby.
That is a Giga Chad move for sure.
Yeah.
And make sure you have that touch tunes and make sure the timing is right. Because I've seen some times even if
there
the
could be
timing's
a little
off
delay.
like 30 seconds or something, it's ruined.
30 would be bad. That's where the zucchini comes in.
Oh, that's the zucchini comes in.
Yeah. So if that fails, like really bad, people are laughing at you. Maybe they're like, idiot, you big dummy.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school, dummy?
Yeah.
Then you take your still on fire finger and you go, oh man, it's so hot. And you like go to put the fire out, like whipping your hand down towards your crotch. And it draws all the attention down to your huge zucchini peen. And then everyone's like, maybe we should give him a chance, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's hear him out on the heat is on thing.
I like it. I like it. Yeah.
That's it.
We're in.
Yeah. That's how you get girls, everybody.
That's how you do it.
Or guys, if you're a lesbian.
No, that's
I don't know
how
why
that works. Not how that works. It's a way to pick up anybody. It's a way to pick up anybody.
I'm just trying to be inclusive.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll end the show there. Email the show, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. Rate the show on Spotify or on iTunes, wherever you watch it. Watch us on YouTube if you'd like to do that. Chubstep Podcast on YouTube. The show is ending. Episodes of the Thursday show is ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.